if the nafs we're defining as this acquired self, not the true essential self, it's the acquired self, and it's a compensatory self. It's a compensatory adaptive process that comes online in the wake of some sort of overwhelming experience of either excess or deficiency, too much. Maybe the parent is, you know, overly coddling and overly loving and just child needs space. Leave me alone. I want to do it. Me, I'm putting on my clothes. I'm putting on my socks. I'm going to put them on backwards. I'm going to do it. Now, what's the parent going to do? Gonna let the child put their shoes on backwards? Or are you going to fix it yourself? Right? That has an effect. I mean, especially when, for example, that child's like a two-year old. And for them, it's like, no, me, right? There's something very important happening there. And if that is broken, there are compensations that happen that are nafsani. There's our nafsani adaptations that happen, right? And that child will carry those adaptations through childhood and through adolescence and adulthood into old age, unless otherwise renegotiated, right? Because the human personality, granted that there are the necessary ingredients for change and development, unfolds throughout these different stages naturally. It's supposed to unfold naturally, right? Like we go through the seasons, like we're now in the fall, right? And this is kind of a later season. This corresponds to kind of, adulthood, maybe like 40 and above, the fall, the autumn, but the springtime, new life, new cycle. It's a new year. It's a new harvest. That's like the child. The child's born in the sanguine period, right? We go through sanguine, spring, and then we go into the summer, and then we move into the fall, and then move into the winter. And there's a natural unfolding of the human personality. And the relationship we have with Allah changes as well as we move through these different stages. And the living and felt qualities of the temporal dimension are change and drama. And so, these changes that we perceive emotionally generate these dramas, these changes of what? Of the excess and the deficiency and too much and too little and the betrayals and the abuse and the neglect and all of that, the gaslighting, whatever it may be. We have this trauma that unfolds in our lives. But what is the function of that trauma? It's to bring us back to Allah Ta'ala. And this is where the spirituality comes in, that we have to have a spiritual framework that we can nest trauma within, that makes sense of it, that allows us to, organize a healthy relationship to it without being enmeshed and over-identified with the trauma. Because are you your trauma? Absolutely not. You've been traumatized. There are changes and influences of that trauma that you carry. But are you your trauma? No way. Absolutely not. You are not your trauma. You are that fitrah, heart embodied self that was born so many years ago. And you have a nature that has been unchanged since then within you. And there's an invitation. That's what the Prophet ﷺ teaches us, that within you, there's an invitation, there's a door, there's a portal, and it's in the heart. And the heart's in the body. And you have these other elements that are trying to pull you away, right? And so what will you do? What will you do? And this is the drama of life here. And we're all choosing every day. And we ask Allah Ta'ala for tawfiq and afiyah, Ya Rabbil Alameen, that we can actually move out of this constant, mindless, reactive, automatic pendulation between, heart and nafs, heart and nafs, heart and nafs. Have a good day, have a bad day. One day I'm able to avoid my addictions, and then next day I'm totally smothered, just caked in it. God, I mean, it's just like, why do we have to be so dysregulated? Well, we don't. And the invitation is that you have to find within you the key that unlocks that nafsani dynamic within you. And perhaps it has roots in childhood. Perhaps it has roots in unprocessed grief and unprocessed anger that you carry, a lack of autonomy, lack of agency. Whatever the case is, right? We have to find out what is the pattern that's holding us out. The nafs is like a holding pattern, right? And it keeps us out of the real world, out of the heart, out of our connection with God.